Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Po Boy's Little Homestead. If this is your first time to stop by, welcome anytime. Today, I'm going to build a little portable move-around chicken tractor or duck tractor. I ain't sure what I might put it. I use it if I raise some chickens for meat chickens. But what I have here in this trailer is some more of this material that I got on my HIOYCH shopping spree the other day. If you ain't watched past videos, that stands for Haul It Off and You Can Have It. Them are my favorite places to shop. But I picked up an old trampoline frame. We're going to take that trampoline frame, what's left of it, and some of these other piping, and I'm going to build this chicken tractor. So stay with me and let's get into it. Alright, so what we're going to do next. Well, y'all ever met Delta? This is Delta, my beagle dog. Actually, it's my son's dog. But he left her here. This is her home. Been for several years. She's getting old. But anyway, I'm going to lay this material out on the ground here and see what all I got. Lay it out. I ain't sure all the trampoline parts is here. I know I used a couple of legs on a project the other day. But we're going to get started on setting this up. Building this here chicken tractor slash duck tractor. Okay, y'all can see I only got 2 of the legs for this trampoline frame. The other day I used 2 of them on building my rabbit cage slash rabbit tractor. You look back on the video, I attach it right up here. Or right up here, I don't know where it attaches. But you'll see what I did on that video. So I'm gonna have to take some of these other pipes and make me some legs, since I done used part of my framework here. I wasn't thinking ahead on this deal, was I? Some of these posts, all these posts are concreted in the ground. That's why I kind of rusted up on the ends there, but they still thick and hard. They gonna do the job pretty good for what I'm doing here. I don't think them chickens will care. Alright guys, next I'm going to take my little wire welder, and each one of these places where it's jointed together, I'm going to just put a tack weld on each side. But I ain't going to weld it up in case I ever want to take this apart and do something else out of it. I'm just going to have tack welds. next, guys, I've cut me some pipe, and I'm gonna weld around the bottom to stiffen it up. That way when I'm moving it around or dragging it, so this is gonna be made to move around like a little chicken tractor. But it's light enough it can slide without no wheels. I had to hook my little side by side to it. But I'm gonna stiffen it up by putting pipe welded around the bottom. Then after that, I'm gonna weld some uprights to make me a little door for an entry door. And then I get the wire and wrap around the outside. So let's get started on this little step. Well, guys, kind of working with a heavy heart today. Today is February the 10th, 2021. One of my friends went fishing yesterday and didn't return. And they found him this morning. But it just had me thinking, and I don't want to miss this opportunity. Do y'all know where you're going when you die? If you don't, I'd like to introduce you to Jesus. Look up John 3:16. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, for whosoever shall believe in him shall never perish. Alright, guys, I think it's tack welded up enough. May that not be that pretty down there around them welds, but I think it's gonna hold. Next up, I'm gonna weld me some uprights where I'm gonna make a little door opening. Then after that, I go fetch my wire and bring it up here, and we'll start putting wire around the outside of it. Okay, guys, so what I'm gonna do here, I ain't gonna make the gate on the front. I'm gonna make the gate on the top. That way I can just open it up, step over in here, even if I need to build me a little step out there. Then I can do my watering and my feeding and stuff, and not be all squatted down trying to get in, because this is going to have a wire top on it. So that's what we're working on now. Okay guys, so I got my wire fixed, brought it up here. We finna start putting that Cyclone fencing wire around the outside. And I'm gonna be tying it on with galvanized electrical fencing wire, 14 gauge. I use a lot of wire, and tie wire, you know, rusted. You buy some that don't rust, it's so expensive, and this is, even if you don't have electric fence, you need to keep this on hand. That's a 1/4 mile of wire. Purchased it at Tractor Supply, I believe. But I use this wire to tie stuff all the time and use it for different things, and like I said, it don't rust. I keep the 14 gauge on hand, and I buy these smaller rolls of the 17 gauge galvanized steel wires, 350 foot on these rolls. But this here smaller, I use a lot of it. It's handy to tie all kind of stuff with. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get that wire stood up, stretched around there and tied on. And then we'll have to cut it off the height of the pin there. And so that's gonna be our step we're going right now, so stay with me. Well folks, all the wires around the outside and tied off. Next step, I can put the wire on top of it. I don't know about y'all, but I think that'd make a good little outside kitty pen for my grandson. Put him in there with a few toys and I won't have so much trouble keeping up with him for a little while. But we're going to get the wire, start seeing if we can get it on top. My plans is I'm going to take some of that 14 gauge fencing wire I showed y'all, and I'm going to run some strands and stretch them tight both ways. When I put that fencing on top, it'll keep it from sagging down in there, and then cut it and tie it around the top bars there. And then I need to build me a lid here where to open right there on the top where I'm gonna have the access. We're getting a little closer. A little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. That's what it looks like at this point. You can see the wire sticks up above it. You can't cut that Cyclone off, even with the pipe, because it's got to be where it's tied. It's just a chicken pen or duck pen or rabbit pen, so that'd be all right. That's what she's looking like. Got a top on her. You see, I run that electrical fence wire every 4 foot, both directions, and that supports the wire from sagging down. So next, I'm gonna build my little lid over there. I'm gonna do it out of wood. Probably put a piece of tin on top of it. That way, when you just open your lid and set your feed over in there, and it'll be out of the rain. I don't know what I'm gonna put in here first, but if I get a few ducks, I just put a little house in there for them. Have it right over where I can step in there and reach their house while I hadn't go up in there to do anything. All right, well, up next we're gonna start working on the lid for the door right here. Alright guys, there's the finished product. Chicken pen, rabbit pen, duck pen, miniature goat pen, whatever kind of pen you want to put it for. I just put wire on the lid today. I thought I had a piece of tin, but I had to wait till I go back shopping at one of them HIOYCH places. They give me a sheet of tin. I'm gonna put that tin on there. That way when I set my feed in here for whatever I'm gonna put, I don't know if I'm gonna do ducks in there next or some chickens, but that'll be covered with that sheet of tin so their feed won't get wet. And after I get it set up, I'll do another little video on how I set it up and what I have in there and what kind of housing I got in there for the ducks or the chickens, watering system. That's made out of old trampoline frame and some chain link fence. There's a lot of tying though on the wire, but I think it's gonna be a pretty good little pen. You ain't gotta worry about it writing or anything. There she is. Put me a little kickstand to hold the lid open when I get in there. Made out of a trampoline, old trampoline. Some extra pipe welded around the bottom and some chain link fence. But I hope y'all liked this little video. Hope it gives someone some ideas out there what they can make out of different things. Just keep recycling. God bless and have a great day.